Hey, friends. Welcome back to fUNfiltered Marketing Talk for Authors. I'm Shelly Brown.
Shelly, it's good to have you back. It's been seems like a
Oh,
long time.
I
So
missed you.
I
And
know,
Sarah.
I know. And now Sarah's not here today, but we are going to press in anyway. So I'm Carol Tetzlaff, and around here we keep marketing real, practical, and just a little bit, actually a lot of it, fun.
At least we think it's fun.
We have fun doing it. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, today's topic is one of my favorites. I think they're all kind of my favorites. Actually, okay, they're not all my favorites, but I have a lot of favorites. And this one is one of my favorites where
You say that a lot.
I know, but this one really is one. Like I said, how can you, it's like choosing your favorite child, right? So today we're going to talk about how to sell more books without feeling salesy. Because let's be honest, no one, at least most of us, no one wants to sound like a walking billboard for their own book. Just don't. Yeah.
I mean, authors tell us all the time, I don't want to sound pushy. I don't want to put myself out there. But here's the thing. If your post never points people towards your message, your book will never reach the people that actually need it.
Yeah, exactly. And selling doesn't have to be salesy, because that's why this is one of my favorites, because I cannot stand salesy. So I love that instead of being salesy, we actually want to serve. There's a big difference there, and it's possible to do that. So today we're breaking down 3 types of posts that will help you to actually sell your books naturally and authentically in a way that you're serving. So the 3 areas that we're going to talk about today, that we're going to cover today, are number 1, stories that connect. Number 2, transformation posts that inspire. We're going to give you some examples for these as well. And then 3rd, reader shout outs that actually can multiply your reach.
So good. All right. Well, let's get ready and dive in. So the first one is story posts. Don't sell, tell. I had to practice that little point, because we always say don't tell, show.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I have to figure out how I'm going to say this. So don't sell, tell. All right. So we're going to start with story posts. These are the ones that pull people in because they feel real. Your story feels like it actually is something that happened. You're not just pitching a product. You're going to invite them along on the journey that you've already gone on.
Right, right. So when authors ask us, how do I promote my book without really talking about my book? We'll tell them, talk about the story behind your book, right? So in other words, what moment made you actually write your book? What broke your heart enough or so deeply impacted you to actually put words on paper?
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite stories when we meet with authors. Why did you write this book? I just asked that of an author yesterday, and it was fascinating. So that story that you're going to tell is the bridge between your reader's pain and your book's purpose. So your reader's pain and your book's purpose. So it's going to bridge that gap. When you tell a story, they can then see themselves in it.
Yeah. Okay. So here's an example. Let's say you wrote a devotional on finding peace in the chaos. I need that devotional. Carol, can you write that devotional, please?
Give me a second. I want to take me a minute.
You have it done by the end of the day. So you could post a story like this. I remember the morning I was sitting in my car, hands gripping the steering wheel, thinking I cannot do this another day. That moment became the seed for chapter 3 of my book. See how that happens?
Yeah, that's so good. It draws you right in. So I think you actually need to write it instead of me. You're not that kind of a storyline doesn't say buy my book. What you really say is, here's something I lived through. Here's something I experienced or walked through. And I wrote this because I think it's going to help you or someone else that maybe you know as well.
Yeah. And you can add a soft bridge at the end. Something like, If you've ever felt that kind of overwhelm, I wrote something that might speak to you. So it's a very subtle approach, and it's you've drawn them in with that story, and now you're giving them an opportunity. Like, I have to have that. That's really speaking to my heart.
Yeah. And you don't have to put that tag every time either. Like if you're just telling story, I know anytime I post something that's more story driven or like a message to, even if it does, that does point to my book, but I'm even telling them it does draw in so many more people. So they're going to be looking for it. And those kind of posts really do create a connection with your audience and a curiosity. And curiosity really does sell and captivate. I think about it, the posts that you see, like they always have that like kind of first couple lines and you read it. And even things I'm not interested in, sometimes it draws me into reading it.
Yeah, that's absolutely. So here's the takeaway. When you feel stuck about what to post, just tell a short story from your book or your life that illustrates the heart behind your message.
Yeah. And a bonus tip, end the post with a question. Engagement.
Yes, that's super important.
Yeah. Ask the readers, like, have you ever felt this way? Has this ever happened to you? What helped you through a hard season? How have you experienced peace? What do you think about when you're grabbing your steering wheel and you don't know what to do next?
Right.
And it will get engagement and connection as well.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
Yeah. So good. Anything else on that, Shell?
No, I think that's
okay.
good.
All right. So the second thing is transformational posts. So this is where show the shift. It's good. Show the shift. The second type is a personal favorite of mine because it shows why your book actually matters.
Yeah. The transformation posts, they tell the before and after of your story. So, or your reader's story for that matter. People love to see transformation. They love to see hope in motion.
Oh, exactly. That's why these are the posts that make someone say, like, that's me. I want that too.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So here's an example. All right. I'm going to give you another one. So maybe your book is about, let's say, overcoming fear. You could say something like this. Before I learned to surrender my fears to God, my life looked like constant worry and sleepless nights. Now, see, that was the before. Now the after is, now fear doesn't own me. It reminds me where to anchor my faith.
So powerful. That's transformation. You're showing what change without ever saying it. Buy my book and learn how. You're showing the change to them so that they can say, oh man, I'm feeling that way too. I would like to see that in my life.
Yeah, exactly. And so the magic really is in the shift, or the power is in the shift, whichever word you want to use for that. But you can do this in so many ways. Okay. So for instance, your personal transformation, something that you have your before and your after, right? A transformation from a story in your book. Maybe it's not your own, but you can repurpose what's in your book. It's already written. Or even a reader's transformation that they have shared with you. You could share that. I recommend you get their permission to share it, but all of those transformations are extremely powerful.
Yeah. And sometimes authors forget they can post mini transformations. It doesn't have to be like this amazing moment. It can be, and this is actually like, it doesn't have to be a tangible transformation that you can necessarily see more. It could be more of a heart transformation that is internal that maybe no one else notices but you. Something like, I used to believe forgiveness meant pretending I wasn't hurt. Now I know it's releasing that hurt into God's hand so he can heal what I can't.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
That is so good. And it's relatable. And also as you're posting it, it's shareable. People, that's going to resonate with a lot of people, right? When you're being real and authentic in those ways, it's going to be relatable and they're going to want to share it. And it's so much more effective than, my book is out now, go get it, type post, right?
Right. And if you want to tie it back to your book, try soft tasks or a soft pivot. That's one lesson I unpacked in chapter 5, or writing about this reminded me how faithful God has been. Just something very light that brings it back to what you are so passionate about in your own writing.
Yeah. And the heart of transformation posts is that you show people what's possible, not necessarily what's for sale. I'm going to say that again. Show people what's possible for their own life, right? It's not what's for sale.
Yeah, good. So good.
All right. Well, let's go to the third one. And this third type of post might be the easiest of all, for some of us anyway. And it's reader shout outs.
Yeah, I think that actually is, because when other people are talking about your book, it's way easier than we have to talk about it. So let your reader become your sales team, right?
Yeah. When someone messages you and says something like, your book helped me through my miscarriage, or whatever difficulty or challenge they were going through, or I shared this devotional with my small group, those type of messages are absolute gold.
Yeah. So you could screenshot it, or better yet, ask permission and actually use it. You could post something like, this message from a reader today made me tear up. Knowing that my story encouraged someone else is why I do what I do.
Yeah. You're celebrating them, right? Not yourself. And that is what we call authentic social proof.
Yeah. So you can also use the reader shout outs creatively. So perhaps, and I've had people do this many times with my book, whether they're like in a Bible study group and they send me a picture of the person holding the book. And that gives it some credibility that it's an actual person that is saying this, right? Repost the quote that someone shared from your book. That's always a fun thing when you're on like Instagram and you see a quote and it's like, by Carol Tetzlaff. You're like, whoa, I said that? Cool. And then you repost it. Or you can highlight a group or ministry that's using your book in a study or a small group.
Yeah. And listen, when you do share it, tag them. That creates connection and visibility. And it really, your reach goes, it's not just your followers now, but their followers as well. So, and we always tell with Redemption Press authors, tag Redemption Press. When you post something, tag Redemption Press, because now not just your followers, but Redemption Press followers. And we have thousands, 6,000+ on just Facebook alone. So tag them, you'll get a much greater reach on social media.
Good. Yeah. And readers love being seen. So when you celebrate them, they are going to perhaps hit that share button and share it back to their audience. And then their audience will see something and they'll share it with someone. So the ripple effect is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like a wave of word of mouth marketing that just happens organically simply by sharing a valuable post. That is not salesy. It's serving.
So good.
All right. Let's recap real quick, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead, Carol, take it away.
Okay. So first we talked about, so these are types of posts that sell without selling. Oh, Heather's going to help me out down below and put them so I don't forget. Yeah. So the first one are story posts. So the story post, remember, it's going to connect with their heartstrings and get them to want to read more and see themselves in those situations. Number 2 is transformational posts. And this is where you show the shift. What happened to the person? Where were they and who they are? It's their redemption story, right? And so let's share that with the world. And then number 3, my favorite, is the reader shout out. So let other people amplify your message. Let them share it. Tag them. Let them share with their audience what they are learning through the words that God gave you.
Yeah. And if you rotate those 3 types weekly, your feed will stay fresh, engaging, and full of heart.
Yeah. And you're never going to run out of ideas because you'll actually enjoy posting.
Yeah, you really will. And remember, people buy from connection, not persuasion. All right. They want to know that what you have is going to impact them, because it's always about what's in it for me. That's what people are thinking. Like it or not, people are thinking, if it impacts me, if it's going to change me. And so that connection and you sharing authentically with these 3 particular types of posts you're going to connect with your readers, and you will not have to persuade them, because your story, let me look at them again up here, your story, your transformation post, and the reader shout outs, those are going to cause a deeper connection with your potential readers. Yeah.
For sure. And, as you're thinking about the post that you're going to do, think about the last book you bought that you didn't know the author. Because so many of us that are writers, we do know a lot of authors. And so we'll buy books to support them. But I buy books also of people I don't even know. Yes. And often it's because someone else told me. So that third point is crucial to getting your message out there. When you see other people that are promoting what you say and what you, the story that you tell, is huge. So if you're tired, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to share as well. And you never know what that ripple effect could really have. And I won't go into all the detail of with this particular situation. Maybe I'll share it on another one of our lives, a FUNfiltered. But there was a post that came through my news feed probably 3 years ago. And it was a powerful quote from a book. I didn't know the author. It was just a Facebook friend. But that particular post, it was an excerpt, like 3 lines maybe, of a post, and had the author's name, the title of the book and the author's name. It wasn't a sales post. It was just like she was reading it that morning. It impacted her and she posted it. And my heart needed that day. And so when I read that, and then when I read the title of the book, I was like, I need this book. The title of the book is In the Hands of a Fiercely Tender God. And my heart, I needed the fiercely tender God touch, that particular morning. So I got on Amazon. I looked it up. The author, I did not know her, never heard of her. And I bought a copy of the book. Well, I read it, and it was powerful. It was just a short little devotional type book, but more deep than a typical devotional might be. But it touched me right where I needed at that moment for the next couple of weeks as I read through it. When I was done, I went and I bought, I think it was at least 3, maybe more copies, because I had people in mind that I knew needed to be encouraged and would be encouraged by that book. So I sent it to them. And then I ended up buying more copies and I've got some on my shelf, because when I find out somebody that just needs a special touch from the Lord, I give them a copy of that book. I've told this story numerous times, and Carol, I think you're one. You ended up buying.
I was just going to say, when you told me that, I ended up buying a bunch, and it's from Moody Publishers, and Moody twice a year has their 50% off all their book sale. So I waited for the sale, and I bought a slew of them. They're all gone now, but I gave them to people that were walking through hard things and people that had lost like a husband or had whatever it was. And so ripple effect.
It is the ripple effect. And Carol's not the only one, because I've told this story to others and they have bought the book. And it was from that one simple post. It wasn't salesy. It was a powerful quote. And I happened to see it. I needed it in that moment. And now who knows how many copies have been purchased as a result, and lives impacted, because it's not always about just the sales, right? It is about the impact. And so file that away. Consider that.
Right. So good. And you know what? That kind of conversation happens in community, and we just happen to have a community you could be part of. Yeah. So if you're tired of figuring this out all alone, if you're tired of being on the journey alone, that's what Book Marketing Pro Academy does. We are there to connect with you and give you everything you need, not only just tools, but also the support and encouragement.
Yeah. So, bookmarketingproacademy.com.
Oh yeah. Book Marketing Pro Academy. Sorry. There, I forgot.
Oh, that's okay. Go there. You don't need another course that's going to end up collecting dust. As Carol said, we need community. We need clarity and accountability. And it really is a community. And yes, there's a lot of training, the live coaching, you get all the things. And it's only $47 a month, y'all. That's all. And you literally get hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of value by joining that. So you will be amazed at how much lighter it feels when you are a part of an actual community and you are not doing it alone, because you're not alone in this journey.
No, you are not. So remember, when you post from the heart, instead of posting for the sale, make sure that you are indeed posting from your story, from other people's testimonies, because readers will connect with that naturally.
Yeah. So never forget that your story is powerful. It's uniquely yours. Just keep showing up and trusting God to use it, because He will. He will honor your obedience and your faithfulness, right? So until next time on FUNfiltered Marketing Talk for Authors, we will see you later.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.